Hello, my loves. This is Alice, and this is my channel, The Witch in the Glen. I am going to pull some cards for you today. I am feeling guided to jump into a reading, and I was kind of getting that there is a divine masculine who has some energy that's coming up that he wants for you to know what's going on with him. Let me get set up here. So the energy is palpable. I don't know if y'all have been feeling that, but the Schumann resonance has been off the charts. I know you feel like probably I say that all the time, but it is not insignificant that it is happening all the time. Every single time it's a major deal, but the part of the major deal is that it is happening as much as it is happening. And there was a big, we got a big splotch of incoming energy up from our electromagnetic cavity. And so you might be feeling some ascension symptoms possibly, or there might be just some up leveling in your life. Like, this is a time that you'll really be able to hop timelines and find your own portals to go through to really line up with your highest path. I am going to use the Universal Rider-Waite deck here. Drawings by Pamela Coleman Smith. That's always the thing. It's like the drawings are actually what make the deck, and she's not credited when you call it Rider-Waite, but then people don't know what you're talking about if you say the Smith deck. So shout out to Pamela Coleman Smith, who designed this classic deck. Let's see, I thought I saw a card. Okay. Oh, hey. King of Cups. All right. Like, that's great. I love starting off with a King of Cups. I love my King of Cups. He is his expression is so funny to me right now. I mean, he's like, hi, here I am. Like, I am here. He has been maybe sort of hiding in the shadows for a long time, and hasn't really been in your sights. And so it's like he's like been out of sight where you couldn't reach him. You've been in some kind of separation, and he waits until he's absolutely in tip-top romantic shape in order to emerge. And then he's like, steps out of the shadows, like, all casual, as if you're not going to notice this like huge transformation. Because the King of Cups, our masculines have been coming up from, we keep getting this energy, they're really coming up from this rock bottom sort of energy. I mean, I shouldn't laugh, but sometimes you have to laugh when there's so much shadow work to be done. And that is definitely the case in this situation. So the King of Cups is a lovely gentleman. He is this masculine. It does not have to be a man or a woman. It is about polarity here. So energy and polarity. And so we talk about masculine and feminine, but in reality, it doesn't have anything to do with sexual orientation or gender. It's just that sometimes in our stereotypes in our minds, those things tend to correlate. However, the King of Cups could be you, it could be somebody else, but I am seeing it as, it could be a woman, it could be, somebody who identifies as a woman. The King of Cups could be anybody, except that they are, this person is going to be in their masculine energy and in their most emotionally sensitive, sentient self. He is so emotionally overflowing in his ability to take care of himself and really be able to show up for you with his cup in hand. This is a lover, the Sun in reverse. So he is a lover. The Sun in reverse, I'm getting Let's see. Tell me more about this Sun in reverse. I'm getting that this is like what's maybe been the background timeline that this masculine who is showing up as a King of Cups, he was in this reverse Sun energy for a while, and you might not have even been aware that this masculine was oriented towards you. But here with the Sun, him coming out like this as the King of Cups, we speculate that the Sun for him, his ultimate happiest heaven reality is in some way intertwined with your path as well and your timelines. So here it's like he had to swim up from the depths of consciousness. He's really had to dive in, and he's wants to come and tell you about what he's been through. He has reversed this Sun energy back to upright, but really he's been in this it's almost as if he doesn't really want to go into details right now because he wants to fill you in when he sees you. But he wants you to know that he's really, it's like he realized that you were his happily ever after when you were not available to him. And you know, in reality, the Sun, I mean, you are his Sun. He was always oriented towards you because you are his Sun. And so he might have, it's being the Sun, being the bright light that you are. Often our light blinds others and they might not be able to see us. And this is likely the case with your King of Cups. He just needed to work on his eyesight to get his calibration right so that he could actually energetically align with you. And he had to have this, but he's like been in this realization, this deep dark pit, because he recognizes that you are his ideal, but he just doesn't really know, he hadn't really known how to upturn this Sun. And so here he is showing up as a hopeful King of Cups, bringing tenderness and care and love to you, and he's wants to talk about his feelings. He hasn't necessarily had words for those before, but here he comes and he wants to talk about those, and you know, maybe have coffee with you or some glasses of water because it's really effing hot. So Seven of Pentacles in reverse. He's just really like, this is like you're waiting for your harvest to come in. You've sown your seeds. You're just waiting for everything to come in. And it's like he keeps building up and building up these like manifestations, and then he lets the air out somehow. Like he keeps sort of like manifesting for himself, but it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And he's just really been trapped in this cycle of energy. And he wants you to know that it's not to do with you. It's like he's in this waiting game of like, will any of my, it's been season after season of me sowing seeds, and then something happens that makes it so that my crops don't come up, or, there's some kind of plague or pest or something that happens each time. And he's spent so much energy and he's trying to heal and do his shadow work, but he's just really having trouble executing this. And it's really because he's realizing it's because you are the ultimate. He realizes that because how should I put this? He's been working so hard in order to be able to get to you, but he's realizing that he has been focusing on the things and tasks at hand, the things that he's been doing to try to turn his life into a life that can welcome you in. Those things are really, they're just sort of like these houses of cards. They're not actually taking him to you. It's like he's needs to address the elephant in the room, namely how much he's fucking in love with you. And he's realizing it's just like time after time of like trying to do all this stuff by himself, but it's like the main ingredient that he can identify that is like really missing in his life, the one thing that's in common between all of these crops that never came in, the one condition across them is that you have not been there. And he remembers when he did have a sense of like what your lives would be like together, because it did seem like there was going to be abundance coming in. So it's like he has that vision still locked in, and it was just he didn't quite know how to live into the manifestation that was you. He didn't know how to like when your wildest dream comes true, you sort of freeze. Maybe it's like a little bit before you're even ready, and that's just really the universe delivering to you exactly what you want, just a little early to kind of put you in check about what your manifestations, what you're really working towards. And if this is your twin flame, this is Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this is your twin coming in. It is likely your twin, and this story could resonate. A lot of people don't necessarily have a twin, and so this will resonate if you might have a soulmate that's coming in, and we can have more than one soulmate, but if you have a twin, which I actually believe that everyone does, you only have one twin because of how energy and frequency work, which is quantum physics. And that's where we start talking about astrophysics. The Ten of Pentacles is everything that he's ever wanted. It is that abundance coming in. You know, he's been in this Seven of Pentacles energy reversed for time after time. I'm hearing, yeah, and just really just really in limbo, and he knows what he deserves. You know, he's kind of he at a certain point he realized that like his justice, he's not going to get this abundance until he has the justice of reconciling and like taking in exactly the abundance that the universe has delivered to him, namely you. So if he is not in alignment unless he acknowledges his magnetic orientation to you, and it takes being in alignment to be able to acknowledge that. So it's like he's been cycling around, I'm seeing like sort of dancing around this idea of being with you, but he is like, oh, but I'm not good enough over here, I'm not good enough over here, I'm not good enough over here, and just keeps having his, you know, he's just sort of like, you're kind of over there like, I don't have all day. I mean, okay, I do have all day, I guess, like, because, you know, like, what, you don't have another choice, but and you have, if this is your twin, you will have infinite unconditional patience with their healthy behavior, and when they're in alignment, you're gonna have an undeniable unconditional love for them, and that's what they have for you, which is why they realized that, you know, there was really this light missing in their life, and when they came across you, it was like all of a sudden the clouds, the sun broke through, but they call it, hikers call it like a sucker hole, where it's the sun breaks through just for a little bit, and you think, oh, it's the clouds are clearing up, and then those clouds you know, converge back over the sun, and block out the light again. So it's like but it gave him this taste of like, no, the sun is everything that it's like your instinct is just to love the sun, you know, and he's been in these dark depths, and through all of that time, he had this faith and hope because he saw the sun come out that one time. And he's been trying to get energetically to a place where he can access that level of divine justice and be able to maintain it in his life. Because really, like, you blew out each other's circuits. It was like too good to be true, but not too good to be true, because it was true, but it was just, it's like the two of you aren't true enough to yourselves enough for it to be able to have held on. So that's why it's like, you know, you have to come into alignment with yourself in order to align with a twin, because you will otherwise be repelled. It's like your polarities are reversed, and it's like magnets that are on, you know, north to north. That's the polarities being in reverse, and they repel each other, and that's what happens when the two of you, one or both of you, is not in alignment, and you're twins. So if it's one of you, it's both of you. Oh, thanks of you. It says Queen of Cups. That's so sweet. I love that. So he wants to be with you forever. He sees you as his dream come true, as his Cinderella, his Queen of the Fairies. He sees you as the embodiment of any romantic role that has ever made him feel waves of love before. He sees you as being the essence of all of those stories. And he is like, the King of Cups is not heavy-handed, and he might be a little bit nervous. But he's gentle, and he acknowledges and he sees the grace that you exude. And he sees the paths that you have trodden as well. And really, it's like she has swum the depths of the seas of her emotion. She's done so much shadow work, and here her cup is even like a trophy. Like, she is the ultimate queen of all things intuitive and emotional and loving. That is the epitome of the Queen of Cups. So that is how he sees you, and he is showing up in King of Cups energy, because the two of you are a match, and that's how you match up. You are a very sweet, romantic pair, and it's just going to, I think it'll feel like relief to whenever you are with each other. So he's in the full energy, and you might be too, but I see he's sort of like, okay, I'm feeling like I just need to get on with it. The longer that I stick around here, the tide's gonna come in. I need to like Houdini this and get out of here, because there are too many. He's like, why am I hanging out here? It's like not fun. All my enemies put their swords around me. It's just sort of like, the tide's gonna come in. I've got to move on. So he is actually accessing the singularity, the Fool, the dark energy that is the ultimate potential energy to be able to manifest his Queen of Cups and his Sun and his Ten of Pentacles. This is a really beautiful reading, and if you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next reading. I hope this comes in soon. This could resonate anytime. These readings are timeless. So this is the timeline that you are, the energy that if this resonates, this is the energy that you're in now. But it doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to come in like tomorrow, but it totally could come in tomorrow. So let us know what this is about if you know. I love this reading. Thanks. See you later.